Can they hear us?
They can.
Can you hear us?
Hello.
Welcome to the Unspoken Arcane Update 4.0 preview.
That's right.
I just want to say that the update will be going live tomorrow. So you have exactly less than 24 hours until the update will be playable for all. So Thomas, what's
Yes.
so special about this update? What are we looking at right now? This doesn't look like ranked mode.
Yeah, this is our new mode called Spar. Spar is a unranked mode with lower stakes that's meant to ease newer players into playing the game. We got feedback that we just kind of throw you to the wolves, so now we have a new mode.
An unranked mode, yes. So this is essentially not just for new players, but also for inexperienced players.
Right.
So they can hopefully learn to play. It is a timed points-based mode, so you won't die right away. It's hopefully going to teach new players and less experienced players how to fight for real, so that they can then jump into ranked and not get beat right away and compete. Because that's all it's about is learning how to compete in PvP.
Right.
Now again, this is a PvP mode. We will say that it's not a single player mode. You are playing against another player. This is called Spar, not duel.
Right. And like you said, it's timed, so health is not a factor. You're just playing for points, and that just gives you time to like get into the swing of how to throw a fireball. How do I do these gestures? How do I target things with my vision? All of that stuff.
Let's talk about targets, because nice segue there.
Yep.
There is targets floating around the arena. What do these targets do?
Different targets do different things and give you different amounts of points. There are some targets that move around, and you gotta just kind of hone your aiming. There are big, huge tug of war targets that give you a ton of points to the victor. Also, a lot of the targets will randomly give you spell objects. So you see people throwing around spell objects. You don't equip a loadout in this mode. Destroying targets is how you get those.
Nice, and you can see there's points flying all over the screen, and that's the more damage you do, the more points you're going to get. And as you can see down below, they're actually pretty even right now. It looks like David's actually taking the lead.
Right.
334 to 319, and you can always see their points. And you can see he's trying to destroy the targets to get the point. They're trying to get the summon orb, it looks like.
Right. Hey, you see those smaller orbs on the pillars? Those orbs you can teleport to and collect them.
Okay.
So those are meant to like kind of hone your teleporting skills.
So you get what, 10 points for collecting those. You got 75 points for breaking the summon orb.
Right.
You get damage, more points for bigger spell damage. So your primals are going to do less than say your gesture spells.
Correct. Yeah.
And there you have it. That was 3 minutes of Spar. It was quick. The match lasts 3 minutes, always 3 minutes.
And you can kind of see the post-match here, and it gives you a good breakdown of, if we look up a little bit, it gives you a good breakdown of what you did, where your points came from, and so that kind of can inform how you play the next game.
So that's a quick intro to Spar Mode. Is there anything else you want to talk about with Spar Mode? The key, again, was that we heard feedback from our players that we kind of ramped you up pretty quickly, jumping straight into ranked. So for those players who didn't want to dip their toes in ranked right away, we now have a mode where you can learn how to play the game, and at your own pace, really. I mean, it's 3 minutes. Like you said, every match is 3 minutes. It's not going to go shorter. It's not going to go longer.
Right.
At 3 minutes, whoever has the most points wins the match. The other thing is that experienced players can play Spar, right? Because one thing we learned when watching Spar matches here in the office is that experienced players versus other experienced players, if your skill level's the same, the matches are actually really awesome.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. The pace is also different for a new player versus an experienced player. We spawn orbs more quickly, do that kind of thing.
Yeah, so again, the mode will scale slightly based on your experience level. You'll get more orbs, quicker orbs, versus lower level players will be eased into a little more. And again, this is an unranked mode, so nothing you do here will affect your leaderboards. Real quick before we jump into some more new features, if you haven't seen, we have a tournament starting on Saturday in the U.S. and Canada at Microsoft stores. There's 80 stores across the U.S. and Canada. It starts Saturday, May 13th. You can sign up now online, play.eslgaming.com/the-unspoken, or you can go to our website and there's a blog about it. But you can still sign up now. You can actually walk in on Saturday as well, assuming there's spots available. There's 16 spots per store. So you can get on the waiting list. So if your store is full and you can show up the day of, hopefully, I think it's 15 minutes before, they're going to shut down the entries. And whoever doesn't show up will then start getting pulled from the waiting list. So the winner will then move on to the next week against a regional. There's 8 regions across the U.S. and Canada. You'll fight against other stores, and the winner of those 8 regions will then be flown to New York for the finals on June 3rd. You get a trip to New York. You get a lot of cool prizes. If you win, you get, I believe it's an Asus PC. You get a Rift and Touch. So if you already have one, you can give it to a friend or something, have a second one. You do get a $1,500 check as well to the winner. I believe the second and third place also get something, but I don't have the exact breakdown of that. But really, so sign up today if you haven't signed up. If you're in the U.S. and Canada, look for your local Microsoft store. There's 80 of them, so I'm sure you can find one close-ish to you. So there you go. Also, you may have noticed, I hope it looks like we're sitting in the apartment. Does it? Does it look good? We
sitting on the couch.
This is our new set.
Yeah.
Lenore's over there in the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so here we go. We're going to go back to the apartment here and take a look at some new features. So we're at the battle board. And as you can see, what's changed about the battle board? Let's look up a little bit.
We're looking at the leaderboard right now.
So look at the leaderboard. There's now a breakdown on the leaderboard of friends versus everyone.
Yeah.
So why don't you click on friends, the friends leaderboard. The friends leaderboard. The friends leaderboard. There we go. So this will show you where you rank amongst your friends.
Right.
Some people have been asking for this, so here you go. You can now see where you rank amongst your friends. If you go back, you can see everybody. And if you look up, you'll notice it says Season 1.
Right.
What is Season 1, Thomas?
Season 1, we are wiping. Starting tomorrow, we are going to wipe the ranks, and everybody's going to start from scratch and fight for supremacy. And there will be rewards for some people who make it up there.
I believe there will be rewards for most people who participate. We haven't finalized all the rewards yet. There will be rewards. Mm-hmm. You're going to want to play Season 1. You're going to want to get to the top of leaderboards. Knock off Flying Fox, because we know everyone loves knocking off Flying Fox. So yeah, starting tomorrow, the leaderboards will be reset. So if you don't see yourself on with your rank of 973 Flying Fox, that's because we've reset you. You're going to have to fight your way back up to the top. And again, we will have rewards for people who do play during the season. We will also have rewards for everybody during the Microsoft tournament.
Right.
We have special tournament cloaks that we
right.
are giving everybody. You don't even have to play in the tournament, but everyone's going to get them. But we would like you to play in the tournament if you can. So now let's look at the battle board again. A new feature of the battle board is now we've split it up to, take into account Spar Mode. So if you go to battle, you can see there is a Spar. Look up a little bit. There's a Spar and a ranked duel. Duel is now ranked. Or ranked is now duel.
Right.
Excuse me. So you have Spar and duel. And you can pick either of those, and that'll take you into the matchmaking for each. Now if you look at Friends game, go to solo. Practice is now solo, and you can pick Spar, target practice, or you can do the tutorial. So now go back to Friends. We're going to jump into a new arena here, Thomas. We're going to do a duel in, what's it called?
Midway Pier.
Midway Pier. So we're going to show off this new arena. This is I think it's my favorite arena now.
That's awesome.
So here we go. We're going to take it slow this time before we jump into a real match. Midway Pier, there is a new summon, because every arena has a new summon.
Right.
There is also a really cool new feature. We have neutral pillars now.
Right.
And we'll show that in a second. Neutral pillars, and as well as mini games. There are some cool little mini games that we'll describe here in a second. So we're going to jump here into the battle. You see Lauren there as an Anarchist. So here we go. Why don't you look around, David? Let's take a look at the pier here. As you can see, it is based on the pier, the Navy Pier. I mean, loosely based on the Navy Pier in Chicago. This is a made-up location in Chicago. As you can see, there is carnival games. There's food stands. There's like ducks or whatever that is floating in the water.
A shark.
It's a shark. There's a shark in the pier. Let's turn around and see what's behind you. As you can see, the merry-go-round or whatever that thing's called, the swings.
Swings.
Yeah.
Carousel.
And you'll notice when the level escalates, all this will come to life, and you'll see that here in a second. But it's really cool looking. I don't know. I just really like this pier.
Yeah, you got the Ferris wheel right there.
There's
Bitcoin arcade.
We'll come back to this. There's some mini games, and we'll come back to that. Now the mini games will only happen during the second round and third round.
Right, after escalation.
After escalation. So why don't you go ahead and take us to the escalation? He's gonna quickly knock her out. Of course, with the skulls and the paper airplane. 2 skulls, 1 paper airplane. Is that what it's gonna take? And a fireball for good measure.
There we go.
All right, round 2. Now this is when it gets real cool. Let's take it slow here so everyone can kind of see what's going on. It's gonna get dark for a second. So let's take a look around. You see the ship starts swinging. Ferris wheel's lighting up. Turn around, I want to see the swings. Oh yeah, there's the swings. It's like a haunted amusement park almost.
Mm-hmm.
It's really cool. So as you can see, it feels like now you're in the middle of a fair. Oh, look in the background, merry-go-round in the background. Now, we talked about neutral pillars.
Right.
So why don't you show what a neutral pillar looks like? See the purple? Go teleport back. Let's show them the purple. So purple means neutral. As you can see, the cooldown's coming. So that means either player can use that pillar, correct?
Right. As long as nobody's occupying it, either player can teleport there. You can't both teleport there at the same time. But if it's open, either player can get to that spot.
So when you teleport to it, either side has the mini games. So what's the difference between 2 mini games?
One will attack the opponent, and the other will heal you. This is the Kraken.
This is the Kraken. So let's teleport to the Kraken, and what heals you? Oh my gosh, it's a corn dog.
What could do it?
It's a corn dog. What do you do to heal yourself with a corn dog?
Oh, he dropped it.
You dropped the corn dog. Ah. Okay.
Now he's got to wait for it to respawn.
Let's teleport to the other side. You can tell this is a live stream.
Yeah.
All right, so now on this side, let's forget the corn dog even happened.
All right.
On this side, you have a strength game. So what happens? Got to hit it, right?
Yep.
Hit the strength game. There you go.
Spell.
And oh, look at that. It attacks your opponent. That's pretty awesome. Is the cooldown on the neutral pillar the same for each player, or is it only my cooldown?
It's the same for each player.
It's the same for each player. So like as soon as someone leaves, there's still a cooldown. Like the player can't get there as soon as the other player leaves.
Right.
Let's see if the corn dog's back, because the corn dog's awesome. Yeah, it looks like it's back.
Yeah.
All right, don't drop it this time. There you go. What do you do with the corn dog? You eat it.
Nom 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 nom.
Well, he didn't eat it. Eat it again. There you go. He ate it. Look at that corn dog. There you go. So that'll heal you, right? And do you know how much it heals you?
I'm not sure the exact.
It'll heal you a little enough.
Heals you a bit.
Yeah.
Not too much,
Yeah.
but a bit.
And now look up. Look at that night sky. Oh, the summon orb's there. So let's talk a little bit about that. We're not going to show the summon just yet. We're going to show that in the real match, hopefully, if one of the players gets it. But let's grab the statue real quick. See what the statue looks like. As you can tell, with the swinging ship, it's really cool. You got the cover kind of changes a little bit. You got to kind of time your shots through the ship.
Learning to play around that is one of the big keys to this
And
map.
as you can see, it looks like a toy spider.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what that does in a second, but we won't show it off just yet. So why don't you go ahead and end this match, and we'll jump into a real match. Will the embers spawn on the neutral pillars?
Nope.
They will not. This looks like a tourney legal map. Well, so this will not be in the tournament. Also, the drifter will not be in the tournament. The rules for the tournament were finalized before, basically right at the same time as the drifter going out. So we're not allowing it just for that sake. We probably could, but to be safe, we're going to stick to the original 3 classes. And if you haven't seen, we did post a blog recently showing the loadouts that you're going to allowed to select from for the first 2 rounds of the tournament. The 3rd round of the tournament, you will be able to basically select your own loadout, but you're only allowed 1 artifact of a certain type. How long will the season last? That is a good question.
It's a good question.
We will tell you when we're close to the end of the first season. However, we are not going to say how long the season is going to last. Other games do that, right?
Yeah, I think so.
We're not the only ones.
Mm-hmm.
So here we go. We're going to jump into a real match. This will be exciting. This is not staged, trust me. Although we do think David will probably win. Based on pure skill.
He tends to win this matchup.
The map looks a lot bigger. Well, it is a little bigger to allow for the neutral pillars.
I don't think it's our biggest map though in terms of the space between pillars.
No, yeah, they are a little close together. So here we go. He's pegging her. He's the Anarchist. She is the looks like she is also an Anarchist. We got a dual Anarchist battle going on here.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just doing a lot of fireballs right now, feeling each other out. Now again, both these players have played quite a bit. Look like David's going for the dispelling sensor. Oh, what did he dispel? Oh, he was waiting for her to do it, and he got her as she was doing it. Looks like she was trying to pull off.
Oh, she got the dark tag out.
Oh, she got it out. So he was trying to do it before she got it out, and he mistimed it.
Right.
So he getting hit with fireworks. Oh, she's doing a nice job now, holding her own. I think David's getting nervous on camera.
There's a Chaos Skull coming.
Chaos Skull. He's got to watch out. He's going to try to get the fireworks. Oh, there he goes. He got out of the way just in time. He's trying to get the fireworks off as a skull's chasing him. As you can see, teleporting out of the way of the skull is the way to go. Many of you know that because you played the game a lot. Oh, it's still chasing him. Or did he split it?
No, he split it.
He split it. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's going back on her now. It's a little hard to tell when we're looking at first-person view versus our spectator mode. She's got her shield up, trying to protect herself. She's down to... Oh, she's got some planes coming. Or was that David? I couldn't tell who threw the planes.
David threw the planes.
Oh, he got her.
Got her. That was
All right.
close though.
That was much closer than the experts predicted.
Yeah, that was
The
very
experts
close.
are you and I. So here we go, round 2. Remember, the match will escalate. The map will escalate, and the mini games are now active, as well as the summon orb, which hopefully Lauren can get the summon orb to turn the tide. He's looking around. See, the ship does get in the way quite a few times. You got to kind of time when it's swinging, get out of the way of it.
Yeah.
Oh, he's trying to go for the mini game. I would probably put up like a plate glass or something right there, right? Put up a plate glass, turn around, do the mini game, get the shots off.
It depends on how much you want to invest, but that's definitely a viable strategy.
There he goes. He's going for it. Fully charged fireball will knock it out. There you go. It's gonna do some damage to her. Looks like he hasn't been hit yet. Oh, she's getting hit. Ooh, she got out of the way though. She got hit once and got out of the way. So as you can see, there's a lot going on this map compared to some of our other maps. It really adds a lot of, I guess you could say, distractions. She's trying to get the orb. He's trying to get the orb.
Fighting over the summon orb.
I think she might. Oh, he teleported. Oh man, he hit himself from it. Let's see if she can get it. Did she get it?
I think she got it.
Really can't tell from this, but that'd be awesome if you could summon it right now. He's
I don't see it. I think she got it.
Uh-oh, there it is.
Uh-oh.
He's got it. Oh, here we go. Here's the Arena Guardian. That is a giant spider. What does this thing do to you?
This guy, he will throw out a spotlight and search for you, and if he finds you, he will attack you. And he's doing tons of damage right now.
So he needs to get out of there. Can you kill it though? You can kill it.
Oh yeah,
like
you can
like
kill
every
it, yeah.
other arena summon. Oh, he's gonna try to dispel. He's gonna try to dispel. I think he got a little bit. One of the things we have done with the dispelling sensor, this is a good segue into that. We've lowered the radius.
Right.
So the AOE is actually smaller now.
Right. You have to be a little more precise to get those really valuable dispels out.
Looks like he got rid of the spider. Why wouldn't he? He's QA. He knows what he's doing.
Well, the dispelling sensor is huge.
That's definitely as a lot of people know, that's a must-carry item sometimes.
Yeah.
I guess I shouldn't say must-carry sometimes. It doesn't make a lot of sense. Oh, looks like David lost that round. So here we go, rubber match, round 3.
Round 3.
Begin.
May the best QA win. The best Anarchist. So let's talk a little bit about some of these changes for Anarchist while they're playing Anarchist.
Sure.
Some of the things we did was increase the health of the play class tiers. We reduced the duration of the minimum charge for play class. We have also reduced the size of a fully charged play class.
Yeah.
So a lot of changes to play class, and we've also added a speed boost immediately after casting the Chaos Skull.
Yeah.
So not a whole lot of changes, mostly to the play class. We are taking a look at fireworks still. You know, I'm not going to say there's changes coming, but we're still. I know some of you have wanted us to take a look at fireworks, so we're going to take a look at fireworks still. But you know, mostly around play class, because we've noticed, you know, people aren't using it like they should.
Not to undersell the change to Chaos Skull, because that will hopefully help you punish teleports and stuff like that now.
Oh yeah, you can time it, because you do have that speed boost, and you can kind of time it properly now, so it doesn't just float around the arena.
Right.
So here we go. Oh, he's got the summon now. So here's assembling the statue. This is cool. Watch it when it starts cranking up. Oh, I didn't see it very far. That's all right. So now he's got the spider coming. So there we go. There's a searchlight. She's got to get out of the way of that. So the key is to avoid the searchlight while pegging it with your spells.
Right.
Because you got the skull tracking her too. You can kind of see that speed boost a little bit there.
You have vanquished your enemy.
Yeah, its roaming speed when it's out like that has remained the same. It's just when you first cast it, it has a little
charge
of speed.
And that's you know, definitely good for getting people right away.
Yep.
All right. So there you have it. That is the pier.
Yeah.
Awesome. Send us your questions. So you've seen Spar Mode. You've seen that we're doing Season 1 tomorrow. We're going to wipe the leaderboards. Rewards will be given to players in Season 1. You've seen the pier. You've seen some of the we've talked about some of the changes to the Anarchist. So let's quickly run down some of the changes to the other classes. Kineticist. We've added a new behavior to the Force Bubble. Enemy spells entering the bubble will now stop for the entire duration of the shield.
Right.
So they don't slow down anymore. They basically just stop.
They just stop where they entered.
Yeah. Debris drop. Added a new behavior.
Yep.
All cars now travel to where the player is looking if no car is already there.
Right.
So you can now look at a pillar, send a car there. As the second car is spawning, you can look to another pillar, send a car there. So you can kind of pick where your cars are going to go. And then debris drop, we've also added a cooldown between successive volleys.
Right.
Volleys. Blackjack reduced the max speed of both minimum and curved disc. So now it's a little slower, a little less devastating, still devastating, but a little less devastating. Increased the visibility of the disc of blades. So your opponent's going to have a little more chance to see it coming at you. The Spectral Cloak, we've increased the number of spectral crystals formed by the minimum charge cloak. So now if you do a quick shield, you're going to have an additional
One more crystal.
more crystal.
Yeah.
And we've increased the cloak health.
Right.
And then we have also reduced the speed of wild cards. That will hopefully, make for some interesting matches now.
Right.
We'll see how that goes. Drifter. Now the Drifter is the new class. A lot of you have played it. Some of you haven't played it yet. We've increased the health of the minimum charge of the Celestial Dome. Reduced the duration of the min charge of the dome. We've increased the flight speed of the vermin, so they're going to travel faster now. Increased the health for both charge tiers of the Shatter Mine, and reduced the fuse time for both charge tiers, so they're going to blow up faster. And then we've also reduced the damage for both charge tiers, so they're going to blow up faster but do a little less damage.
Right.
And they're going to be quicker to place them.
Right.
Real quick artifacts further reduce the health penalty when signing the contract, so you're going to basically lose less health. We've noticed a lot of players aren't using the contract, so we want to see more people use it. Aerogram, we've increased the health of each plane, so they might be a little more effective now. Dispelling Sensor, as we said, we reduced the radius, the AoE, so you have to be a little more accurate with your throws. You can't just drop it in the middle of the arena and hope to hit everything. And then Dark Tag. Triggering Dark Tag no longer removes other traps.
Right.
So if you're hit by two things, you can get hit by Dark Tag and something else now.
You can get hit by Dark Tag twice.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I meant to say. See, that's why I got you here.
Hey.
Yeah. All right. So what else? One more thing that's very important, and I know a lot of you have been asking for it. Voice chat is now on by default.
Right.
So new players, we are going to leave it on unless we need to turn it off. So let's hopefully not abuse that. Let's teach the new players how to play. Let's get more people involved. Spar Mode is going to help with that. I want to see new and experienced players in Spar Mode. That's going to be fun. Season 1, I want to see a lot of new faces on the leaderboards during Season 1. So hopefully this will help with all that. Mm-hmm. So what do you got? What else do you got about questions? Again, I want to point out, while your questions come in, I want to point out the Microsoft tournament again this weekend. Starts Saturday, May 13th. If you haven't signed up and your store is participating, you can show up the day of. I believe they all start around 5 o'clock local times. You can show up, and if the match or if the list isn't full, you can sign up. If not, you can get on the waiting list, and if whoever doesn't show up within 15 minutes of the start of the 5 o'clock, I believe it is, you can get in the tournament. And if you win your local store, you go to the regional round. If you win the regions, you get flown to New York, and hopefully we'll see you there. That'd be awesome to see all of you in New York. I know some of you are in Europe, and maybe we'll be able to do a tournament after this, with including some of our Europe people. But we're starting out with Microsoft stores in U.S. and Canada.
We're going to be out this Saturday, aren't we?
Oh yes, that's true.
Yeah.
We're going to be at the Durham store. I know a couple of you have said in Discord that you are also going to be there. We'll be joined by Cartoons, who is a internet personality. We'll be there. We'll be mingling, talking strategy, signing autographs. I'll try to bring some posters. I might have some XL shirts left that I can bring. We'll try to stream a little bit. I haven't decided how long we're going to stream for, but we're going to be there taking pictures, videos. So if you can make it to Durham, awesome. If you can't, follow our social media, and we'll be showing off all the stuff that's going on. I will also say that in Seattle, New York, San Francisco, and LA, we're going to post some information about it, but there's going to be other internet personalities at those locations. and we'll post some information about that on Twitter in the coming days. So follow us on Twitter, and you'll be able to see, you know, if you live in those areas and you want to meet up with some of these people, they will be at those Microsoft stores as well. Any gameplay tips for newbies entering the tournament?
Any gameplay tips?
Yeah, what do you say to a new guy?
Figure out your primal attack. I think learning your primal and your primal shield is the two big keys for a new player. How to reflect and trade primals. I think that's huge.
When patch is dropping tomorrow. We said that in the beginning of the stream, but we'll say that again. Patch is coming tomorrow, hopefully around 10 a.m. Eastern time. We're not going to stick to that just because we want to make sure everything goes off smoothly.
Right.
But hopefully tomorrow morning Eastern time we'll get it up. Also, I see some people posting in the chat our Discord channel. You should join the Discord, the Unspoken Discord. It's awesome. We're there every day talking.
Lots of people.
Lots of people talking strategy. So if you want to learn how to play the game, that's a good place to start for sure. And we do have some of our players, our top players, are more than willing to help you out, especially now that voice chat's turned on by default. So let me look real quick, see if there's any other questions. Oh, by the way, I hope you enjoyed us sitting in this nice apartment. We got to turn the AC down a little bit. It's a little warm in here.
It is.
It's probably because we got like 1,000 lights on us right now.
Right.
If you could only see what we were sitting in front of.
Took some effort to get the apartment looking this nice.
It did. We vacuumed this morning.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, if there's no other questions, again, new patch drops tomorrow. Season 1 starts. The leaderboards will be wiped. Spar Mode, helping our new and inexperienced players ramp up so that they can be more comfortable in ranked mode, as well as allowing our experienced players to have a new challenge, which, again, Season 1 is going to be that new challenge. Try to get the top of leaderboards. You will get rewards for playing. The new arena, Midway Pier, with the new summon, and neutral pillars now, mini games. You know, we're blowing it up. Tournament cloaks during the Microsoft Store tournament. Everyone will get tournament cloaks. We do a Friends Leaderboard. It's another thing we've added, the Friends Leaderboards.
Right.
So you can compare where you're at amongst friends. And then all the balance and tuning changes that we've done.
Lots of tuning.
Including the mics being on. I think the only other thing we missed was... No, we got everything pretty much.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll hope... Oh, let's do this real quick. The next patch. We've been kind of doing, for the most part, every month, right? The next one, we're going to take a little longer. Maybe a few more weeks, 2-3 more weeks. The next patch will be a new class. We may or may not have already teased this class, but you can expect that next. Beyond that, we will have another update, again, a little longer in between. And then we are going to plan on a much larger update this fall. And we got some exciting new stuff to talk about with that, but we're not going to talk about it yet. It may or may not involve solo play, but we'll see.
We'll see.
We'll
I'm
see.
very excited.
So next patch is going to be the new class, and let me say it's going to be electric. All right. Thank you. We'll see.